downtown. I'm going downtown. I'm going downtown. Downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown. I'm going downtown. I'm going downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown, downtown, downtown. I'm going downtown.
amazing. He's up in New York. Awesome guy. You heard Rain Dance by NG. This is his EP from 2014. You just heard Downtown when we were transitioning in. And now it's Down Under. But this is our pilot. This is our first radio show. We're live on YouTube right now. And I guess there's no format right now. What I'm really doing is testing levels. We're going to make a format eventually. It's a little bit more interesting. One of the main things I want to do, live music production on Ableton. I'm going to work on putting together some tracks live. Maybe do some live submissions if people want to submit demos, and we'll critique them live, or just in general, if you don't want to submit a demo, you just want something that needs to take a listen to, we could do that. Hopefully, in the future, might be able to pull some interviews, get some people on here, and of course, it is a radio show at the end of the day, in essence, because it's music and talk. Want to do some live DJing. Of course, if samples are cleared, because we don't want to step on anybody's copyrighted material. Everything you're going to hear played is either going to get permission in here, is either owned by Audioplay, or stuff that's straight up just made from scratch right here. I really like it. But I'm going to let this song play out. Down Under. Oh, you can't see that because my head's in the way. Oh, Jesus. There it is. Down Under by NG. You've heard Rain Dance, Downtown, and now this is Down Under. Nice stuff. It's been great stuff by NG. Love him. He came to us right when we started the label. Back in 2014, January 2014, and brought along some friends. Brought along Bass Freak, Sign Here. Some great stuff, out of them. I think they're all based in New York, and Bass Freak is still making stuff right now. If you want to check out NG, this is NG here on Spotify. He's a verified artist. He's great. Bass Freak is another dude here. We have a track from him. We have a couple of them on Audioplay. But here he is. He's done some great things. Lots of listens to his tracks. Let me see here. Back up. pretty much, I think our biggest track was a collaboration, this one right here, with Bass Freak NG and Sign Here, 2015. But anyways, I think we'll take a listen to this one in a second after I talk, so that could kind of give us more levels, more understanding of how this thing's gonna sound, how this thing's gonna look, and how we're gonna proceed, and I could set up other things. But basically, our label opened up in 2014. We lasted about a year and a half, I want to say, maybe a year and like 8 months, and the LLC got dissolved. It got dissolved due to legal reasons of uploading an annual report in the state of Florida. It was a dumb reason, and after that, met my wife, had kids, and the label just kind of sat there for about like 10 years almost, maybe like 8 or 9 years, and we're back. We started working on this because actually in 2022 is when I started putting it back all together. And I keep on saying me, but I haven't even introduced myself. My name, I go by many names. My name's Alejandro, but this is one of my main names that I go by, Kaliko. You'll see it on Audioplay a lot. Detox was my very first name. Little background on this name: this used to be a graffiti tag that my friend used to use. He came up with this, and he stopped using. I asked him if I could use it, and then I started using it in music. This friend of mine passed away a long time ago. I want to say more than 10 years ago. Rest in peace, Ernie. But this was my first name. My most newest one is this one. So I go by many names, but I'm the owner of Audioplay. And the beginning of this, hey, hey, what's up? We got a visitor.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay.
What's going on here?
What chicken wings do you recommend?
What do you mean? What chicken? What
I
chicken?
want 3.
You mean in terms of heat? Well, you want your garlic parm, right? Try the lemon one. Leftmost to the top. Well, they're all sideways, so if you're looking at them like this, are you calling me? I'm
Yeah.
calling you.
I was calling you and then I realized your phone was in the room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
So they're rectangles like this, like this, like this. So the leftmost one top, that's lemon, pepper. Then your garlic parm, and in that same one with the garlic parm, the other one is the Louisiana one. You could try that one.
Okay. No, I don't.
Unless you want to try the hot ones.
No.
The atomic, no?
Huh?
You want to try the hot one?
No. Bye.
Okay, bye. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's my wife. Amazing singer. I've been trying to get her to sing for the longest. But anyways, yeah. So this label is back on track. 2022 started the whole thing with getting a new PC. At the time, the 4080 hadn't come out, so, and also the 3080 was on a discount and a budget. So that's the we got a Zotac Gaming GeForce RTX 3080. I think, I mean, the 4080 is probably way better, but the 3080, man, that I have not had a computer that does not have latency ever in my life, because I've been doing things on laptops. And this thing just rips. It's an AMD Ryzen 7 solid state terabyte. The only mistake I made on it, the motherboard doesn't have Wi-Fi. I mean, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, and it doesn't have Bluetooth, but who cares, right? Doesn't matter. So the whole thing started there, and then it was like, okay, well, I got this thing, I have ideas. Let's relaunch the label. For an entire year, this was at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, all the way to the end of 2023, was just stacking tracks, making tracks, reaching out to people again. Hey, you interested? Hey, you interested? We're doing it again. We're doing it again. And that's where we got the launch of this right here, Audioplay 10 years. Re-releasing my favorite 10 tracks over the past 10 years, which actually was only about a year and a half worth of stuff that came out. And the top 10 out of, I think we're on release number... It's kind of cut off. I think this was AP 033. 33 releases. I think we stopped around 29 releases. So after 29 releases, 10 pick tracks. And these are our favorites, my favorites. So but before we continue, I want to play a track. Let's do something here. This is one that's inspired by me showing my daughter The Legend of Zelda, one of my favorite video games, if not my favorite video game of all time. And when Tears of the Kingdom came out, she was playing Breath of the Wild with me. And now, that was back when she was 4 or 5, now she's 7. And last year when Tears of the Kingdom came out, we were so freaked out about how it's basically Breath of the Wild, like on steroids. And I told her, why don't we make some songs about it? And this is her right here, by the way. That's my big one. I have a younger one. Back when I started the label, I had none, but now I got 2. But here's Ultra Hand. If you play Zelda, you know what it is. And we thought about making tracks about Ultra Hand. What's the other one? Fuse. A bunch of other things. So I mean, here's this track while I go and set up some other stuff that we're potentially going to play with in this pilot. Is it playing? I don't think it's playing. Oh, that's why. Volume's down. Volume would be a good idea. So, actually, let me bring it down a bit. Ultra Hand, 102 eggs. was Ultrahand. If you go on the mobile, I don't know if you can see it on here, it does have one of those loopy things, you know, and it's kind of cool. But also this album cover, I loved this little dot pattern thing. That the way we made it was on Canva, and it's a bubble, an iridescent bubble, and then you put it through a filter to make it like with these dots, and then Canva like took it away. So I had a format that I really loved. As you can see, like here's another one, and they just took it away. They just took it away, and this whole entire cool format that I really wanted to continue doing for records that were like EPs or singles, or you know, things, well, maybe not EPs, but like singles that were just catalog items and not full-blown LPs or EPs or like their own art. I wanted to have it like kind of like all the same, and they opted for AI, like every company is doing now. So I'm not gonna say anything to Canva, but if Canva, anybody from Canva hears, just bring this back, please. Stop thinking everybody wants AI all the time. You could keep the AI, but bring this back instead. It's like newsprint or something. I don't know what type of filter this was. I forgot how to do this. And if it's still available, I mean, maybe I'll call them or something and see what's going on. I don't know. So this here brought out one of my things that we're working on here. This is 102 Minologue Test. It started back in May. Kick and Bass Groove Generator was a pack that's pretty cool that I purchased. It kind of gives you a generated groove, and you could get like an idea of what you want to do. But then you could pull out what you like if you want to, and then further customize it. But let's see the levels on this. A little loud. Should I pull it down a bit? But essentially making live tracks like right in front of everybody, you know, messing with things. If there's a chat, you know, that we could talk about, sitting there going, hey, why don't you turn this bus up? Why don't you add, you know, more cowbell, whatever it is, you know. We could just kind of do things that could show people, maybe people who are trying to get into this, you know, some tips and tricks, because I'm not a musician. I'm not anything like I'm doing some sort of I don't play any instruments. Deadmau5 notoriously doesn't play any instruments, but look at him, kind of thing. It's just a nerd that likes computers and stuff. So I mean, but I've done this for such a long time that I could help people, I feel, and maybe put this somewhere where they might like it, and give them some tips and tricks moving forward. But essentially, what we got here is quite a few tracks. As you saw, this one is a hi-hatty track. Over here, what is this? This is a bass. So this was generated from the groove generator. Skinner box with this minor effect here, or instrument, or whatever it is. Run it through Serum, through one of their synthesizers, with a saturator, an EQ, a delay, sidechain rack, more EQ, kickstart, which I like and I don't like sometimes, a beat repeat, another EQ that I like to cut the low end off of. The reverb's on it, but what we got here? This is chopped stuff. This is chopped audio. Which, now that I look at it, what is this? What is number 3 here? Okay, so I have 3 turned off. So I pulled the audio from 3 and did this to it and took the pieces that I like to make a groove. Then here on 5 is more pieces from this, but this is more of a structured, constantly always hitting at the end. Boom, boom. Here we got a group of Serum stuff. And judging by the 102 moniker, this is the as you heard Ultra Hand, it's gonna be more like ARPed stuff, you know. So it's like trancey stuff, but going at like 125, 126. Lowers, mids, a sub. So this is just a synth pad going off. This might have been taken from Splice. I got some Splice stuff all over the place thrown around. This also might be from Splice. More hats. What's this here? That's definitely Splice. I really love that drum breakdown. What's this? Some snares on 14. And then this, what's this? This is okay, so also from Splice, but a plugin which was the Korg pack that brought a bunch of stuff from Korg, the reverb, the micro cord. Here it is. Hold on, why don't I just show you? Plugins, VST3. Here's the Korg pack. It brings all this stuff. ARP Odyssey, Electribe, Chaos Pad, which I had a friend back in high school when the Chaos Pad did come out. He had a physical Chaos Pad. They're about, you probably can't tell from here, but put it next to my head. It's about the size of my face, kind of thing. It is ridiculously fun, man. We used to laugh. We used to pee ourselves how funny that was, making R2D2 noises by just dragging our finger across the touchscreen. But Micro Korg, Mini Korg, the MDEX, that's a great reverb, but I've noticed if you start plugging it into too many tracks, all of a sudden it starts turning off your tracks in Ableton, and then you have to, like, if you saved it, even if you back out and go back in, sometimes it doesn't pick up, and you're sitting there going, why does this sound different? Because some of your tracks got muted even though they're not, so you have to like duplicate them so they start working again, and then when they do, if they do, then you have it like doubled up and the volumes too. It's a mess. I've been using this kind of like salt and pepper. You can't add too much of it. But this Electribe thing, this thing is great. And by great, I mean it's a drum machine. It's a digital drum machine. They're digital Electribe, and I've always wanted an actual physical drum machine. I don't have one. I only have 2 analog synths in this studio. One of them is this beauty right here, the Moog Mavis. Incredible piece of hardware. That's another thing I guess I could do. I could review pieces of hardware. Moog, Korg, Arturia, anybody, Samson, any of you guys. You guys want to send stuff to me? We'll mess with it here live. Get enough people in here. We could all do it live together. We can mess with it. Give our honest opinion on it. Promote it if it's good. But this thing made a groove that I enjoyed, and then I bounced it down to audio, and that's that. And here we just have some ins and outs, cymbals, which then this turned into, does it start here? Starts on 9, yeah. This became this right here. So this is unreleased music, it's unfinished, unmastered. Let me turn it down a bit. everything you see here is either made from scratch or has a license. So YouTube, you try to take this down, I will fight it. It will come back up. What is this coming up? What is this? What is this? Yeah, this was the whole sample. Had it off here to the side like a palette, and I was just clipping things and color coding them and changing them up. I've been talking this entire time and I've been on mute. That's kind of funny. What I was saying, I gotta get that down back. I did radio before, and this is not a good look. Anyways, yeah, I was saying that this is a funny little beep beep, you know. And then I thought that this was the Mavis, but it's not the Mavis. This is actually brought from the Groove Generator, which is kind of cool. And I said, let me go and set up something else for everybody, and we're gonna go with another track. In the meantime, while we do that, and I'm gonna go with this one. This was an interesting track. This came to me out of the blue back in 2014. Kizima is a gentleman from Russia, and I never heard from him again. I hope he's doing all right. It shouldn't say can in the sky. It's actually supposed to be cat. So maybe I could go back and edit it. My distributor might have an issue with it because it's already been distributed, especially it's been distributed 10 years ago. This is the more bass remix of Cat in the Sky by Kizima and Olga Koshka, who's doing the vocals on it. Basically, the original is a very funky, disco-y kind of track. We're not against any type of music. I mean, yeah, Audioplay's dance music, but heck, if you got a good rock song and you wanna get it out there, let me know. I'll put it out. I mean, I'm not against any type of music. Been trying to get some more drum and bass and hip hop and stuff in there and everything like that. I love all types of music, so if it's good and you want to get your stuff out there, because the main idea of Audioplay was, it started because I wanted to get my own music out there, and it was difficult for a while. I mean, now artists, especially young ones, Gen Z, is experiencing this renaissance of being able to put out your own music and then promote it on TikTok and become super big without having to deal with a label. But back in 2014, it wasn't that case, you know. It was a weird time between doing things the traditional way, and then all of a sudden you had this digital age, you know, where you would either send stuff via SoundCloud or USBs to people, and where they heard it. I don't know how many clubs. I went to a club that was right next to Club Space here in Miami to see James Abiella one night, and then I saw Lee Burridge the following weekend, and I gave Lee Burridge a mixtape with some tracks on it and with my phone number. I never heard from him again. Not saying anything, Lee, if you ever see this, love you, great music, but it's like you're not gonna get far back then. This must have been like 2009 or 8 or something like that, and you're not gonna get far just by handing things. And I got frustrated with that, so I said, how do I get my music on Beatport, which Beatport is the place to go back then, still kind of is today for this type of music. And I said, let me make my own label. And so the philosophy behind Audioplay is, you got good music, you can't get it out, I'll put it on. I'll give you an opportunity. And but without any further ado, Cat in the Sky, not Can in the Sky, the more bass remix by Kizima and vocals by Olga Koshka. not gonna lie to you, I didn't set anything up. I was actually going on Reddit right now, and I just posted on Reddit the stream and seeing what would happen. Maybe I get to take it down. It was on sub EDM. Very cool track by Kizuma. Again, we never worked on anything ever again. He never came back. Never heard from him again. But great track. And if we go back to the Spotify really quick, actually let me move over to no, not this one. Let's show. I kind of want to show this one. Anyways, if we go to Kizuma, this was the original release. It was our 14th release. Again, Can in the Sky is not it. It's Cat in the Sky. Sorry, Kizuma, if you ever see this. But this is the original extended mix. There's a funky house mix and the more bass one that you just heard right now. Great stuff. This was our old artwork. I did that in Microsoft Paint. Basically got a letter V, and then I got GIMP and got good at GIMP, and I forgot how to use GIMP, and we started doing this thing. I had them red at first, but as you can see here on this side, how big 10 years of a difference of just grabbing Canva and being able to make things that look like this. Incredible. The logo was done in Microsoft Word and then imported into Paint, and the V's were flipped upside down to make A's without the cross through them. I'm still terrible at doing that stuff, but we get by. I thought this was just going to be a funny thing because already I've been on for 51 minutes. I want to kind of make these an hour long unless I'm doing something big, I guess, unless we have a guest or something like that. We won't make it like too long. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Hopefully can minimum do this one time a week. Hoping I could, best case scenario, do it every night, but you know that's not always the case with 2 kids, a job, a wife, a house. But maybe on the weekend I could dedicate an hour. But if we have something special, we could do stuff, live DJing, live mixing, special guests, interviews. Heck, if I could get, I don't know, if I could get Fisher or I'm reaching here, Deadmau5, Kanye West, anybody that would sit here for a 15 to 20 minute interview. Shoot, even the politicians, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, to sit here and we could do a 15-minute interview through Skype, Microsoft Teams, or whatever it may be, FaceTime. We can extend these, but I'll keep it pretty much to an hour block for my sanity and yours, and for editing and size and everything. But I thought this would be a funny thing to get close towards the end of the time frame. I called this one Tell It to My Fart. It was also made back in May. Kind of took a big break for the past few months because I purchased a home with my wife, my parents' home. We moved in. That was back in July, so around May, late May, early June is when I stopped making too many things recently and started focusing on packing and paperwork and junk. But I don't know if it was a YouTube video or something that I caught it, but I used serum here. What did I do here? LDD2 lead. I don't know where I got that, whether it came packed in there, I got it from somewhere else, but I think that one has Kickstart on it. Yeah, Kickstart, Art, Epic Lead, and then what is this? Just like, oh, just sweeping. This is an 80s Sennheiser pack that I've had for years, and I go, when am I going to use these big snares and big everything? And then altogether what you have is literally the track. It's just super silly. I thought that would be fun to kind of throw around out there. And I'm protected by parody. This is a parody of the track. I made it from scratch. Okay, I just played the notes. Okay, so don't try to copyright DMCA me on this. Okay, YouTube or whoever can't copyright words. Pat Riley with 3-peat. Let's play another track. Maybe I could set something up for the ending and think of something. I'm doing this all on the fly. I'm using Calico as my main name right now, and that's the one that's been pumping out the most tracks and bringing in new things like 102 and a bunch of other stuff. I'm talking to people on Label Radar through Beatport. This is a quick one. This one's garnished the most amount of listens on this name right here. This song is called Quema Quema. Again, vocals are licensed through Splice. Everything's licensed. Everything's made by me, or licensed and has the proper approvals, I guess, if you want to call it that. So this is the most popular song under Calico, and yeah, I'll play this and let's see if I can set something up to outro us. Okay. So, hope you guys like that one. Straight off the Pizza Party EP to give you a little background of the Pizza Party EP. The Pizza Party EP 2, obviously there was a Pizza Party EP 1, right? Which was this one. This one right here. Back in 2015. I didn't think I was going to take this long of a break, but Pizza Party EP 1 is this. And we'll eventually we'll crack these tracks open. We'll play them on here. 9 years later, we have part 2. The big plan is to launch the LP, first ever LP on the label underneath this name, with introducing a bunch of friends. Both EP1, EP2 will be on that LP, so there's 3 tracks and 4 tracks. So that's 7 tracks of the LP you already have, but there's going to be double or more. It's going to be a large LP. It'll be my first ever LP that I'm completing, and I hope to have that format from now on, because most respected major acts, I guess, would do that. You know, one of my favorite bands is Green Day. They put out an album and then they tour, and then you don't hear from them for a couple of years. Eminem puts out an album. He's Eminem, he doesn't really tour that much, but like every time an artist puts out an album, they go and they sell it, they tour, they make appearances. And this culture of putting out one tracks, it's a EDM culture. It's something very specific. Hip hop does it a lot too, but for the most part, I mean, I want to go into more of the professional professional traditional format, and have artists or different profiles or different pen names or whatever you want, monikers or whatever, undergo these LP things, EPs, LPs, then promote, distribute, tour. And I want to do that with any artist that comes on here. Yeah, we could put out a track, but I want ultimately an artist who comes onto Audioplay to develop. If I have somebody who has been putting out just singles, I want you to put out an EP. I want you to try and work on 3 tracks, maybe 4, that sound similar but are different, and all of them have a lot of heart in them. Which leads you to branching off and making 3 tracks off of that track and 3 tracks off of that track. So eventually when you build it all up, you have 10, 12 tracks. You put it on an LP. Then you could put that LP out and you could promote it as a chapter of your life. 2024, I was thinking all these things. I was doing all these things. This is my sound from then. Go and tour 6 months. Get back in the studio. Maybe 6 months from there, you have another EP or LP. You never know. But basically, that's what Audioplay's evolution from a, as you can see, bedroom. This is my kids' play stuff behind me. Bedroom kind of situation into a real marketing thing. Last thing I wanted to show you guys before I kill the stream. Show proof. This is Kema Kema. This is it right here. This is what it looks like. Okay, that's in the wrong spot. Wait, was that over here? Because I have something like dangling over here. I think this was me playing on the Mavis. Yeah, that's me playing on the Mavis, I think. But anyways, here's, as you can see, the beginning of Kema Kema. We have a sidechain channel that's muted the entire time instead of using Kickstart. The main kick right here, which is funny, I only used, what is this? one kick, it did it enough. But the side chaining of this hi-hat loop kind of gave the kick the pop that it needed. Here we have very muffled on reverb and compression and stuff. There's your build-up. Your build-up is down here, I believe. That and a snare build-up. There's your vocals. Complete cut of everything, straight into the vocals. Vocal proof. Vox vocal hood esta que quema is this right here from Splice. Purchased by me. This is mine. Can't take this license away from me. Sorry YouTube, sorry Google, sorry anybody. I have a subscription. I can use this how I want. Boom, 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 boom. So you can see the boom, 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 boom. You know, that kind of thing. There's your sub, which I think the sub drives the track a lot. More vocals. Chopped over here. Layered over the regular. Here comes the build up. This is my younger daughter's favorite part. She loved this. And really what this is, transposition going up. But other things, here's some cymbal transitions. There's some atmosphere stuff down here. What is this thing? More little sounds. What's this here? Mimi clap. That's what I call my daughter. I had her clap into a microphone. This is my daughter clapping. To give them more pop. I should break her off on some royalties on this. She did some claps. What else we got here? Noizu hi-hat. It's a Splice thing again. Which I commented on Noizu's Instagram, and he gave me a thumbs up or like a fire emoji or something like that. So I said, I used your hi-hat in one of my tracks, and he was like, that's your sub bass right there. So very good groove on this track. I guess we'll play ourselves out with one more thing as an outro. As an outro, let's do something weird. Let's do something weird. I mentioned the original Pizza Party EP back from 2015. This track right here, Irma, 7XJ. It's a short track. It's kind of hip-hoppy. It's kind of not. It's industrial, yet not. But this was made with, hold on a second. This was made with this guy right here, the Mini Nova. This was my first analog synthesizer, my real analog synthesizer. I love this guy. It has some limitations, but I did that entire track. Let me put this down. I did that entire track with basically live, and I have it on an old laptop. I lost like the original file. It's somewhere in a closet somewhere. I have a closet right here that I think I have it in. I laid out drum loops, but then I played the notes and I have the MIDI there, I automated everything. I didn't go back and do envelopes. Oh, look, there's that Mavis right there. Um, I was like, who's playing in here? Um, but this track, I did all the automation live. It's not that crazy to think of. Less than 3 minutes of just automating stuff. I was super proud of it at the time. Um, the track sounds very weird and ominous. So when you actually go to Spotify, right? You go to Spotify and say, hey, I'm going to play Irma. Let me turn on the volume on it. It's this weird, it's this thing. It's strange. I found this clip on YouTube and then I messed with it, and it's like some sort of CCTV of some strange looking matrixy kind of robot alien thing that was caught on camera, and it's just, I thought it was so cool and I kind of went with it. So now look, it says playing on iPhone. That's hilarious. Let's get you out of there. I don't know if it'll go away. Yeah, it went away. Things are so interconnected these days, it's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you. Tonight, 2 viewers, 3 views in total. I want to say that was me and my wife. This essentially is just a dry run. I'm talking to myself, or I'm talking to whoever's going to rewatch this later, because we're going to post it on the YouTube. I want to make clips of it and do reels of it, put it on the TikTok, and fully promote this. Hopefully this helps promote our brand, our mission and vision to try to get some young, maybe not even young, just talented, not heard of artists out there. We distribute to about like 40 or 50 different stores. We distribute to not just stores like Beatport and Juno and stuff, but also it distributes to TikTok. It distributes to Meta, so you can get it on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to like tag a song on a video or have people make a song go viral or whatever like that, our distributor does that. And we have the capability. We just need to put the pedal to the metal and get our name out there. So hopefully, if you watch this on a rerun, or when I splice it up and do reels or whatever, put it on a TikTok and make a page about it, which we already have an Audioplay page, but make it more accessible and more what's the word I'm looking for? More, not repetitive. It's on the tip of my tongue, but constantly do it all the time, instead of just kind of like disappearing for a while. We can definitely get the message out there and get you, as the listener, music that you've never heard of and you might like, and to the person who's making music, to the artist, get your platform to be heard. So playing this out, you won't hear my voice anymore after the song's done. Stream is ended. Thank you, and we're gonna come up with some great ideas hopefully in the future, and here's to the next one, episode 2 after this. All right, so here's Irma 7XJ, I think is the way I pronounced it, by Kaliko, and good night everyone.